Alright, this new horror film called Whistle. So what Hollywood trying to do in this joint is they trying to demonize a Aztec artifact in the movie like they do all our ancient history. But they're always fascinated with our ancestors' history and things they did and things they found. Then they use it for their own gain, but tell us through religion and movies that it's evil. But it's an ancient artifact. It's called Whistle. It's an ancient whistle. And the movie is called Whistle. I heard about this before when I went there in the rabbit hole when I was studying different ancient civilizations. And this is one of the things that the Aztecs use. It's called a death whistle. That's the real name for it. They used it for going to war against their enemies. So in the movie, if you blow this whistle or you hear it, you know, this or these different devilish entities, they come to hunt you. They come, so what they do, they'll scare you, they'll taunt you, and they'll make you paranoid. And then eventually, if they're successful, they'll unalive you, all in the movie. But in reality, real life, it can be to call on your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Like the ancient civilizations did, or the ancient civilization, specifically the Aztecs did. Don't know of other. I haven't ran across any other information or any other ancient civilizations doing this. But not just for more, but for many things. So basically, in the movie, to me, it was like their lower self comes after their physical self, basically wanting to have a physical experience again in their physical avatar and take their younger self and unalive it. So in the movie, in order to beat death, because that's the only way you can beat these things that are coming from you, you got to beat death. So everybody, you know, they say everybody had to die once, is what the last group of people have realized. So basically what they did was they planned a temporary death by giving themselves like these meds from the hospital, because one of the girls was a nurse and she so happened to have some medicine, whatever, they can put them like under like a cardiovascular attack. And then while the other one was still alive, they would have to use electric shock to bring them back to the physical world. So basically like they cheat death or bring them back. So once they do that, they are able to like get away from this so-called monster in the movie. Just another movie promoting fear, so you can be afraid of using your gifts that we have within us and that we may come across that was left behind by our ancestors. So they say dying is inevitable, but living is up to you. So what does that message really mean? You know what I'm saying? What are they really saying in the movie? You know what I'm saying? Live your life. Live it to the fullest. But I don't think it means to party every goddamn weekend either though. So the big picture. This movie lives in the supernatural revenge plus mystery ecosystem. You know, so let's think urban legend, you know, energy, campus fear, shit like that. Ghost with a purpose type shit. No bullshit. So the core premises of this movie, a group of students, you know, they move through a space, usually a college or a high school, but in this scene in the movie is a high school. And you know, it carries like a dark past. It's a legend. And like I said, if you hear the whistle, Some bad is already in motion. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the whistle isn't random. It's a signal, a calling card. You know, what the whistle really means is, what it really means is the whistle is a warning. It basically giving you, it's a warning. It's a trigger. It's summoning. It's a summoning mechanism. You know what I'm saying? In the real world, you know what I'm saying, we probably can use it to summon our ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So basically in the movie, it's tied to a wrong spirit. Someone who was silenced, abused, or unalive, and whose truth was buried by authority or money. So the plot breakdown, you know, I ain't gonna give you no a whole lot of spoiler overkill. I already gave you no spoiler overkill there, basically. So these students, they start experiencing strange events after hearing a whistle. Each incident connects to past injustice on it though. So the spirit or the monster or whatever in the movie targets people linked to the cover up. You know, so survivors slowly uncover the truth. The climax, you know, is really about defeating the ghost. It's about exposure and accountability. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't just a jump scare. You know what I'm saying? It's a cause and effect. So the themes. What's the real message in it? Silenced voices come back louder. You know, truth delayed, truth denied. Intuitions protect themselves before people. Fear is inherited when trauma is ignored. So poetically, what you bury alive learns how to breathe again. Our ancestors will haunt your ass if you keep fucking with our artifacts. So the ending, you know, the ending lands more on justice than peace. The whistle, it doesn't fully disappear. It just basically lingers. You can't even get rid of it. Some of them even destroyed it and it still came back. Not saying that that would happen in real life. Why? Because the system don't really change overnight. So let's decode the ending plus the symbolism of whistle. So you know we're gonna keep it clean, direct, no holding hands type shit. You know what I'm saying? So the ending explained, scene by scene. You know what I'm saying? Scene by scene energy. So the true surfaces. By the final act, the mystery snaps into focus. The spirit isn't random. The depths aren't chaotic. Every target played a role, action or silence. You know what I'm saying? In the original injustice of this whistle, of this movie. With the whistle, it changes meaning. You know what I'm saying? Like early on, the whistles equals fear, and then at the end, the whistle equals basically the receipt. Motherfuckers got a receipt for your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer something bad is coming. It's just you've been warned. You were warned. That sound shows up right before exposure, not just death. So justice, slide over to exorcism. Here's the key move. The spirit does not want release. No holy water victory lap. No rest in peace. None of that shortcut shit. Why? Because it wants you. The system that caused the harm, it still exists. And the people who benefited are still breathing. So that spirit in the movie, it wants you. It's coming back for you. So the haunting continues until truth is public. You know what I'm saying? So strong message. You know what I'm saying? With 0 sugar calories in it. About to pour you a drink so you can drink it all down. Pause. The final whistle. So why it hits? Why this movie hit like that? The last whistle isn't for the character, it's for the audience. Side of joint in. Meaning, this story is not finished. These things happen everywhere. But if you ignore it, you're next in line, buddy. Spiritually, not literally, but morally. You know what I'm saying? Morally, I meant. So that's why it cuts to like a black instead of comfort. You know what I'm saying? The symbolism decoded. The whistle is small. It's a small sound, but it has a big impact. It's easy to ignore until you can't no more. It represents voices dismissed as noise, minimal input, maximal consequences though. So at the school or campus, it's not just a setting. It's basically the villain's ecosystem. It's where his playground is, where he's coming to have fun at. You know what I'm saying? To commit these crimes. You know what I'm saying? So this movie calls it all out. The spirit, you know, it's not evil. It's unresolved. You know what I'm saying? It's basically it's trauma weaponized by neglect. And they did a good job in trying to demonize this artifact by the Aztecs. You know what I'm saying? But what the movie really is saying is that, you know, silence is basically participation. So, you know, don't keep your silence. Fear protects power. Truth always finds a frequency. It's gonna find that wave. That's what frequency is. And the whistle is that frequency. It's going to expose that frequency. So the final verdict. Giving y'all the final verdict. I'm about to say verdict. It's about what happens when people are ignored, systems cover tracks, time passes, but truth doesn't die. Old school moral, modern execution. So why this Aztec death whistle is in the movie? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What it looks like? You know what I'm saying? It got a skull design. I'm gonna show it to y'all right there, and you can see it on the movie cover. You know what I'm saying? Got a classic Mesoamerican death imagery, ceremonial vibe to it, non-decorative, not casual. You know, it's horror marketing modern films using the death whistle as a shorthand for ritual terror. So the real Aztec death whistles were often made of clay, shaped like skulls, or decaying faces, turned into a myth a screech that sounds like screaming or the wind hollering through bones. So accounts suggest that they were used for rituals, psychological warfare, like I said in the beginning of the video, death ceremonies, possibly to guide souls or invoke fear before battle. Translation in warroom terms, ancient sonic weapon plus spiritual symbolism equals maximal psychological impact. So what the movie poster is doing is, the version is stylized, darker, it's more cinematic than historical, how the cover looks, you know what I'm saying? So the creators of the movie, they aren't saying this is a museum artifact. What they're trying to say is that this sound equals death, ritual, and something ancient is waking up. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't fuck with the whistle. So that track is perfectly with horror language, you know what I'm saying? Real talk. It's inspired by Aztecs, Mexican death whistle, you know what I'm saying? It's not a one-on-one archaeological replica, not in the movie, you know what I'm saying? But it's 100% intentional symbolism. Alright? And before the scream, there's breath. Before the death, there's the whistle. And the new Whistle movie 2026, it was a decent horror film. I like it. I'm gonna give it 5 popcorn. If I like it, I'm gonna give it 5 popcorn. 1 to 5. If I didn't like it, it's gonna get anywhere between a 1 and a 2. If I halfway like it, maybe 3 to 4. Peace. I'm out. Jump, man. Wadu.